Did you know? There are some easy tips you can follow to help avoid accepting bad checks. The first thing to look out for is the way the check has been printed. For instance, if a check doesn't have a micker line along the bottom, doesn't have a perforated edge, or doesn't have the name and address of the account holder listed, the greater the chance the check is bad. Other check features businesses should be leery of include checks printed on paper that feels odd, slippery, or of poor quality, low-numbered checks or starter checks, colors that bleed together or smudge when rubbed with a damp finger or rag, signatures that appear oddly spaced, shaky, or stamped, micker lines printed in shiny ink or that feel raised from the paper. Looking even closer, here are a few more things a business should be aware of when it comes to reducing its chances of accepting a bad check. Routing numbers that don't match the bank listed. Spelling errors. If the dollar amount written out doesn't match the amount in numbers. Crossed out or rewritten words. Stamps or markings that say void or non-negotiable. Lack of watermarks, microprinting, or other security features. Now that you have a better handle on what sort of features bad checks may have, let's talk about some fraud prevention tips and best practices. If your business accepts checks, you should consider the following actions and policies to mitigate your chances of accepting a bad check. Check your customer's identification before accepting the check. Consider requiring 2 forms of identification. Require the customer to endorse the check in front of you. Ensure your business has a detailed check cashing policy that all employees understand. Double-check the amounts on the check, comparing the written amount in words with the written numbers. Look for any signs of tampering or inconsistencies. Either don't accept or have a detailed policy for accepting out-of-state checks. Do not accept third-party checks since they may be stolen. Check your business account activity daily and review your bank statements often. We would be remiss if we didn't highlight a few actions your organization should consider implementing to help reduce your chances of encountering check fraud internally. From a business perspective, your organization should frequently check your bank statements for irregular activity. Lock your mailbox, utilize a P.O. box, or keep your mailbox visible. Implement dual controls. Do not allow the same person who signs company checks to reconcile the account. Lock up all banking information and check stock. Utilize electronic payments as much as possible. Conduct random surprise audits. Fully understand your obligations and liabilities as explained in the contracts with your financial institution. Replace paper documentation with electronic options when possible. Regularly reconcile your accounts, looking at both deposits and disbursements. Talk to your financial institution about what services they may have to help you mitigate check fraud. Reach out to other local businesses to share information about what types of fraud they may be encountering. Education is key when it comes to fighting payments fraud. While it's true that checks will continue to be manipulated or stolen, it's our hope that practicing these tips will help you fight back against check fraud. If you have other questions about check payments fraud or how to mitigate it, your financial institution is a great resource. You may also want to consider an EPCOR membership, as our certified national check professionals are fully aware of the laws and regulations governing check payments. For more information, don't hesitate to reach out to our member support team at 800-500-0100, email us at memserve@epcor.org, or via chat at epcor.org.